The burning came right smack dab in the middle, right between Friday the 13th and Maniac and The Prowler and all those great splatter movies of the 80s where I was just going from just killing. I felt like an assassin going from one movie to the next, just wiping out teenagers. The burning came in. I actually turned down Friday the 13th Part 2 to do the burning because Jason was running around in Friday the 13th Part 2. And as you know, there is no Jason. Jason was a kid that died in the first movie. If you watch a Friday the 13th movie past Part 1, you're stupid because there's no Jason. There shouldn't be a Jason. That's what I was thinking. And they said, oh, no, we're going to change that. And then it comes out and there's Jason, you know, so. And he's still around. I cut his head in half in Part 4. We still have Jason running around, you know. Anyway, so that's when the burning came, and I did it. You know, it was the Weinstein brothers, Miramax's first movie. When Harvey came to me, well, I had already done Friday the 13th. He said, you know, we had the burning before Friday the 13th. You know, we wrote this movie, we owned this before Friday the 13th. Because it's the same kind of plot line, you know, a guy. It's not Jason, but it's Cropsey. And, you know, Cropsey went nowhere, and Jason, we're going to see, you know, Friday the 13th, Part 24. Who knows someday. But it's the premise, you know, a camp guy, people in the camp getting killed. And we were in Buffalo, New York, you know. I remember when we got there, Buffalo, New York, I had to get out of that hotel. I looked up and there were spiders all over the ceiling, big. I mean, not to someone who has arachnophobia, but these were big spiders in the corners of the room. I said, you got to get me out of this room. Went to a different room, there was like less spiders. And we stayed there for a little bit before we went to North Tonawanda, which is near Niagara Falls, and that's where we shot the movie.